What's up, everybody? Welcome to the weekly wrap-up with Councilwoman Jamie Torres and DJ Cons. What's up, Jamie? How we doing?
We are good. How are you, Cons?
I am doing fantastic. It is Friday. You know, the week has been a little interesting, but you know what? We are here. We're alive, and, you know, the sun is shining, so can't complain.
I know, and it's like 70 degrees out. I love it. I'll take it all day long.
Yeah, it's shorts weather.
Everyone. Oh, I know. It's still shorts weather. No shorts and sweaters. How we do in Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Well, welcome, everyone. This is the weekly wrap-up where Cons and I go through what's happened in council this week, what's happening in community in District 3. So welcome, everyone, and thanks for being with us, Cons.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and welcome, everybody. This is the weekly wrap-up, and we will get into some interesting topics.
I know, but first, Cons, tell us a little bit about our music.
This right here is music by my man, 6 o'clock. Great local artist, you know what I mean? He's actually, you know, born and raised in Colorado, Denver, Aurora, you know what I mean? And, you know, his music, you know, is a lot of positivity in his music, but this is one of his songs, Dreams. If you don't know him, go check out The Real 6 o'clock on Instagram.com. Real positive guy. I've had the honor of, you know, doing tours with him and continuing to DJ for him at shows, and, you know, very great guy. So, yeah, check him out.
I love it. Thank you for always sharing some local talent with us. And thanks
Absolutely,
everyone for
that's what
being
we
here.
do.
It's what we do. I know. Okay, I've got three quick announcements, and then I want to review some of what I've been hearing this week because it's our budget week. We've been in budget hearings just a little bit all week. We had 16 out of the 17 hearings. This week we have one more on Monday. But I want to start with Council extended the mayor's emergency declaration for homelessness by 1 month. So we just did that on Monday. I've been appointed to the Mile High Flood District Board of Directors. This is important to District 3 because of the work that we'll be doing along the South Platte River and Weir Gulch. And so, but I think it affects a lot of our other waterways. And so I'm really excited to really represent Northwest and West Denver really well. Also on that board are Councilman Cashman and Councilwoman Gilmore. So those are the three council members from Denver who represent there. Budget hearings, a couple things that I saw come through that I think are really interesting. From the Parks and Recreation hearing, heard new updates about additional funding for Westwood Recreation Center, some improvements for Lama Rec Center improvements, and then Via Verde, which is the Westwood park connection. So it's pocket parks throughout Westwood. In community planning and development, we heard about money that's going to go to a third-party evaluator for permitting. Cons, you know about permitting, how long it's taking folks to get their permitting done. And so an evaluator to come in and make sure we're, to identify other ways that we can be doing things in Denver. I think everybody recognizes longer it takes permits, longer we're waiting for housing to be built, and the costs just accumulate there. During tech services, we focused a lot on 311 call takers. And one of the interesting things that I think is getting raised is for us to get rid of the non-emergency line, which is a separate phone number that residents have to remember, and just try to funnel them to 311. We'll see if we can make that happen. Library is making permanent the digital navigators that they had funded by ARPA. So that's good to see. And then transportation and infrastructure. Obviously, this is everything from our streets to trash and graffiti cleanup. And so we saw an expansion of microtransit program into Sun Valley and Valverde, which I think is awesome. There's not a lot of transit routes within those transit. graffiti cleanup team is almost up to capacity. So keep calling in if you find graffiti on your property, and the team will send out somebody to paint over that. And then composting education. We still don't have composting bins in Denver yet. Those are coming, and we want to make sure folks know what goes in those versus recycling versus trash. So, and then finally, Vision Zero has been a campaign that Denver's been a part of for a long time, but we haven't seen traffic deaths decrease. And so asking for a reboot of that. Can we re-envision that somehow? So those are some of the West Denver things that I've been taking away from a lot of these budget hearings. But some of the things that are important to us weren't funded. And so we'll be getting together with other council members to figure out if we have any recommendations to offer on that in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned. One of the things that we talk a lot about is Parks and Rec centers. We were Parks and Rec raised kids here in Denver. Mine was Barnum and Rudy. Yours, I think, were which ones?
Oh man, everywhere. Barnum, even Swansea Park, Elyria, Curtis Park.
Oh yeah, right, everywhere.
A little bit everywhere.
So
yeah,
they are Parks and Rec is they're opening up. They're doing 3 open houses. They want to hear from folks about what happens over the next 5 years. And so October 4th, mark your calendars. Parks and Recreation will be at Barnum Rec Center to gather that input.
Yeah, so I could definitely get behind this. Like parks are important. Like you said, we grew up playing in parks and on the playgrounds, and that was like the congregating place for all the kids to meet up and kind of have an outlet to have fun. So, Jamie, what started this discussion?
So 5 years ago, right, 2018, we had a ballot measure that would allow for improvements to our favorite parks. And that puts a little bit of funding, a out of sales tax, right, into that work. These open houses allow every resident to get an overview of what the next 5 years will look like and share your feedback, get an idea of current projects, all of those things about what else can we restore and improve in D3.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And then where are the open houses being held? Or where's the open house being held?
Yeah, so there's only 3 citywide. There was a virtual one. It's already happened. So this is the next one that'll give us an opportunity. And it'll be October 4th, 6 o'clock p.m. at Barnum Recreation Center.
Nice.
Yes. So if there is a playground that's old that you think needs to be updated, a basketball court that needs resurfacing, a disc golf course that needs to be redone, like all of these are very real ideas that we're bringing, that we've been tracking for West Denver, but maybe there's something you have seen as a resident that you want to make sure Parks and Recreation knows about. Barnum Park, Paco Sanchez Park, Martinez Park, Westwood Park, La Alma Park, West Bar Valwood Park. We have so many parks, and a lot of them just a little updating here and there, or maybe big projects. We want to hear what those are instead of parks. So thank you. And then on September 15th, last week, we kicked off Hispanic Heritage Month. But, D3 is vibrant community culture abroad, right? Like from our border to our border, we honor rich traditions, histories, and contributions of our community all year round.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, we sure do. And that's what I love about our district is the culture is rich and we celebrate it. We celebrate it. We're proud of the culture and the history because it is real. Near and dear, of course, near and dear to our hearts, but near and dear to the history of this state and the people that, not only the state, but this country and how this country was built. And, it's awesome. I learn something new every time, I do an event or, get involved with something. And the history is rich, deep, and it's lovely and beautiful. And D3, we know how to do it. We know how to do it. We know how to celebrate it, and we know how to teach the history. So
we do. And that's what I love. And so one of the things that I wanted to give a shout out to, I was honored to present the recipients of the Cesar Chavez Hall of Fame Award from the Denver Public Library's Latino Community Service Awards. And I announced those recipients, and they were Leo Tanguma, who is a Chicano muralist, and so much of his work is like internationally recognized. You've probably seen some of them at the airport and some other locations.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ellen Grace Alires Trujillo, and Ellen dedicated her life to social justice and community service. She was a lawyer for over 30 years at Colorado Legal Services, so representing people who couldn't afford lawyers, right, in all different sectors. So just some really amazing people that are now in that Hall of Fame. And then seeing Gina Milan from Color and Olga Gonzalez from Cultivando, honored as well. Just awesome stuff.
Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. That's amazing. Amazing
I
job,
love
community.
I know. And so, Con, we talked about the weather cooling down a little bit. Temperatures are falling, falling.
And yeah, the hot chocolate, Halloween, and Dia de los Muertos. Lots to look forward to this season. There's a lot of events that go on between now and the end of the year. I'll just put it that way. A lot of things are happening all the time, but this is that time where a lot's going on. So
it is. It absolutely is. So one thing that's coming up, September 30th, we have two big events in D3.
Yeah, I always say there's something going on in D3, and there is. That sound right there pretty much sums up D3. Let's do it one more time. D3, you want to hear that? You want to see what that lifestyle's like? Join us.
It's my husband's favorite sound effect, I'll say. So on September 30th, Sun Valley's hosting a harvest fest from 1 to 4. And so you can look at some of the local organizations, win some prizes, chef-made treats. And, kids love a bouncy castle. So, they'll have one of those as well.
Yeah, I'm bringing the kids too for that one. They always have a blast, at the D3 events. They're, they've kind of just blend in and disappear on me, and then I just stay in the same spot and they come back, so they get to enjoy the fruits of everything.
You have that dad radar, right? You always kind of know where they're at.
That's it. Dad dar.
And then you can make a day of it not far from there at Alameda and Federal at 2:00, all the way going to 10 p.m. is the Mid-Autumn Festival at the Far East Center. So this is part of the expansive. I think the festivals that Denver District 3 has: Sun Valley under the viaduct, and the Mid-Autumn Festival at the Far East Center. So just food, just amazing times for the whole community. So I hope you'll come out and meet us out there for both of those events.
Yeah, and hats off to Mimi and the team over at the Far East Center. They are great to work with. Just go check it out. Always something going on, always something fun in the community. And that's what makes it so vibrant and special. So hats off to everybody out there.
Love it. Well, that's all for me. Cons, any announcements on your end?
Just getting ready for, this upcoming event season. Got a couple gigs this weekend, doing a little show Saturday night, doing a little community event Saturday afternoon. But other than that, shout out to Jamie Torres and the whole D3 team. Without you, none of this is possible. And shout out to everybody out there, enjoying life and just, enjoying this weather. It's about to get cold, so let's get ready. And D3, one love. Peace out, Jamie.